Yeah.
Can I tell you about something I went through this morning, Kim?
Please do.
Yeah, not quite a
No
panic
panic
attack,
attack.
but I certainly fucking freaked out. I'll tell you that. So I've started playing. So this would be especially funny to you because I said after Kim and I played, and we said this in the last one, we played an EXO the week before the U.S. Open. It was so bad. Like, I felt like I had played tennis 4 times in my life. I was panicked, and it was like someone would hit. And it got to the point where I made it so awkward during this exhibition where the other 2 players knew that they couldn't hit it to me because I would miss. If it was pass serve, it was like I was missing, but it was bad. And I was just like that. If there would have been any consequence, I think that would have been my first panic attack. So I basically left the court, and Kim, I was like, I'm never playing in public ever again in my life. That was it. I came home. I told Brooke the same thing. I don't think I have since. But 6 months ago, I started playing a lot more tennis. I maybe played 3 times a year for 7 years before that. Play a ton. I play in a game called Dingles. Do you know what Dingles is?
I do know. I learned since I moved to the States.
Oh my God, it's like the best game. I had no idea.
It's so fun.
Anyways, so it's like basically this game where you there's 2 points going on simultaneously. You and your partner are playing a cross-court singles point. Whoever wins, you hear dingle shouted, and then it opens up to all 4 people. It's a dumb game. I have a really fun game here in town with, some player. One guy played at Wimbledon. One guy's like the best in the country over 50, like a high-level game. And it's been great for me. I've lost a bunch of weight. I'm playing tennis again. I love it again. I am enjoying it more now than any time, since I was like 9, right? Like, you enjoy tennis while you're playing, but there's also like, it's your job. So it's just different. I wrapped a racket around a bench, got in a fight with someone I was playing with.
All right, but what happened?
They were accusing me of cheating, and it really just fucking pissed me off. And so I wrapped a racket around a bench. There were 2 other guys. I'd said something to the one guy, and then I left. And I made the excuse. I'm like, I have to shoot a podcast with Kim at 11:30. I just huff and puffed and left, and completely lost it. And I'm like, you. And then like the whole time, I'm like driving home, and I'm like, you simple bastard. Like, it was like, I kept getting accused. It was like 2 days in a row where I got accused, and they were actually ended up being wrong about the rule. Right. So I'm like, I felt like validated yesterday. I'm like, see, like, how stupid is that? And then today I could hear this guy chirping to his partner, like that middle line. Like, I'm many things. I have many flaws. I call a wide line. Like, I don't never had the umpire call to me as a junior. Just don't do it. Like, I err on the other side of it. This guy chirping. I didn't say anything. Did the same guy as yesterday. And someone I've known for like ever. He played in Wimbledon, and sure enough, like, and then happens again, and he's like, was that out? I go, are you asking me because you didn't hear me call it, or because you're questioning me? And he goes, because it was in, and I'm questioning you. And I replayed it. I'm like, fine, whatever. Like, the rule is you have to be 100%. I'm sure like every club player right now is on the edge of their seats going, I do this every Wednesday. So, but like, this is basically a story like we're just like you. So I said, well, replay it. I ended up replaying it yesterday too, even though I was completely right. Right? It's like I get like this little bitchy tone, like, well, just replay it then, because I'm not gonna take it. Like, just being just a drama queen, like you said earlier. Anyway, so, and then the more I think about it, like 10, 15 minutes go, I'm sure me losing that game didn't help my general state of being, and I just fucking snapped. Like, I haven't snapped. I don't snap nowadays. Like, I know I was nuts when I was on tour, but it's not as if I don't lose my temper really. Like, I'm obviously quick and I like banter, but not like wrecking things or breaking rackets. And I don't throw things at the wall when I'm mad. I don't punch the air when I'm mad. I lost it. And I'm still pissed right now. Like, it's been 3 hours and I'm so pissed. Diagnose me.
So it was the buildup. It was the buildup of the last few days.
Snap fooey. And I was literally, you were ready at 11:15. I normally come down at 11:15. It was 11:27. We were supposed to start at 11:30. And my producer Mike's going, come down, she's ready. I'm like, I still have 3 minutes. But it was because I was text arguing with the guy still. And I'm mad because he works at the place we play, and I got mad at him at his place of work, so I felt guilty. I'm like, this is your job. Like, I can't bring my petulance into your job. And So I kind of owned my part of it, which I'm good at. Like I can do stupid things, but then I can own my stupid things. I'm good at that.
And you have a podcast where
he
you
won't own
prove
it.
your
Like
point.
he hasn't said sorry for any of it, and he was completely wrong yesterday. Like on merit on all of it. And so I'm just.
I think he wants it. I think he wants like a framed thing that he beat you and then
No, but he's beaten me before. It's like we used to practice together all the time. Like it's not like he hasn't. He doesn't view me that way. Like he played.
Okay.
He was 140 in the world. He played Wimbledon. Like it's not like that thing where it's a club guy beating me. Like which is like it is a thing, but not specifically with him. But I basically thank you for being a part of the podcast. I can't wait for you to be here on a semi-regular basis. I bet you didn't know that you're my new therapist, and we're going to do it very publicly.
Well, vice versa. Like you can be my therapist at the same time.
Yeah, we'll just pretend no one's listening.
Airy.
Yeah. So am I like you? Obviously, that never that didn't even have. You didn't even get mad when like there were actual consequences. Is that like a psychotic thing to do? Like break stuff?
Andy, like maybe this will surprise a lot of people, but not the people that are close to me. But I do like to throw things sometimes.
How does that work? Because no one's ever seen you get mad publicly. Like what happens?
Well, on the tennis court, I definitely like in practice, or if it's pickleball, or like it's whatever I have in my hand. Like if it's a tennis ball, like I will throw my shoulder out trying to throw the ball, like just to get some like frustration out. If it's a racket, like I've definitely cracked a few rackets in my career. Never during the game though. Like that's when like I was in focus mode. But yeah, but like yeah. Not so much at the house, but it's always when the competitiveness stuff that's triggered, and when it's unfair, when there's unjustified things happening, like that's it.
I hate being accused of being shifty. That I can't get over it. I can't get over it. Yeah. It just drives me crazy. Like if someone's like you're shifty, I'm like or you're squirrely with the rules, and then you go back, it's like okay maybe I'm wrong. You go back and ask the group. And they're like, no, that's not even what you're being accused of isn't even a rule. I can't get over it. And it literally, I've had 24 hours to get over it. And I went in today, and on any other day, we all chirp, we all talk, it's just, trash talking. And it was built up, and I lost it. I couldn't handle it.
So what were you thinking on your way over, like in the car on the way to were you already like worried about it?
No, I thought I was good. That's the concerning part. Like I thought I was fine. And this is an excuse. But like I'm on Tennis Channel all for the next, however many Masters 1000s. When they're in Miami, like I go on after the last match. So daughter comes in at 5:30. I went to sleep at like 1:30. So I woke up kind of like grumpy, right? Not an excuse. I drove there thinking like I was over it. I texted last night. I'm like, there's not gonna be a hangover. It's all fine. Like I texted our little tennis group. I was wrong. There was a hangover. I was pissed.
So when are you playing with them again?
I don't know. I think at this point we're never going to play again.
I would just put a little camera on in the corner so we can just maybe have some footage of that when we.
I'll take care of it, Kim.
For the podcast.
We need it. Can I? Before, I know I've taken a lot of your time today. I do want you to weigh in on one other thing that I've been dealing with this week, if you can. So my wife.
Oh, yes.
Who do you know what this is?
Is it about the treadmill?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, what were you thinking?
No, that's some bullshit. Okay, so
wait, you gotta frame it.
I saw a video on Brooklyn's Instagram,
which I don't have, so this is all a surprise to me.
Where she is asking, I guess, her followers, like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" It is her birthday coming up, Mother's Day. It's your anniversary. How many?
15 years.
How many?
15.
See, that's a big one. Like
I know. Yep.
So, and she goes, and Andy bought me a treadmill. I cried laughing, like hilarious.
Okay.
So, all right. So now your side.
Okay. So I learned about this in parts. So we were in here shooting. Who were we? Was it Monday? Were we shooting
it was Monday.
Racket Roundup? Like, so I was in here solo. I wasn't doing like a conversation or an interview. And Social Sophie, she does an unbelievable job for our social accounts. She also, helps us with our children. And so she was in here in the studio while we were shooting, and she's like, "Oh, did you see what Brooke just put on Instagram?" I'm like, "Obviously, I don't have Instagram. I have no idea what it is." And so I had, in the way that it had done was, she literally has been talking about this fucking treadmill for months, right? She's like, I like to do this certain workout on my off days, and like it's become like a thing. And when we're building out the studio, like what you see here is out in our gym in our backyard. Like this whole studio is in there. So it's like moving equipment, and her whole thing was like, well, I just want to make sure that treadmill that we may or may not eventually get fits in there. Like that was a point of conversation. So it's been there for a while. And so I was like, okay. The misinformation, Kim, which I just want to clear my name. I've already admitted.
I'm so curious now.
I've admitted my petulance. I've admitted my immaturity on this show already. The treadmill was for one of the things. All right. So like and also one thing I learned is because I don't care about gifts doesn't mean that nobody else shouldn't care about gifts. Right. Like that's that I own that. Someone else gave me a piece of advice. It was like, major occasions, you shouldn't be allowed to plug it in. That's good advice. That's clarity. I understand that, right? Like that's it might have been your wife, Mike. Like that's a good piece of advice. The misinformation, where again, fair and just, I just can't get over it, is it was for one of the things, and the only reason I told her ahead of time was because she was going to go order it, and I had already ordered it, right? And so it was for a birthday. There's a separate gift for Mother's Day, and there is a separate gift for the anniversary. And she just went and gaslit my ass on Instagram.
You know what made it even better was, I think, the next video where she was sharing like all the women that had gotten like horrible gifts from their, like one got like a vacuum, the other one got a scale.
The content was great, and I was like, I'm not even going to respond on Twitter. I'm not going to do anything. Because,
I heard your voice though on one of the videos in the background or something.
Yeah, because she was shooting it like, and I'm next to her, and she knows that if she says something and I'm next to her, I can't help myself. Like she's
great.
She's
great. She makes me laugh.
I like her.
Yes.
She was but I like that's content mastery, right? But again, a lie travels halfway around the world before the truth gets spoken. Like that's the yeah. But you think just generally, okay, so you're about to tell me that either way I shouldn't have gotten her a treadmill, right?
You get it for the two of you, not for like a special occasion. Like,
got it. I'll start running, Kim. Jesus. Fuck.
Listen, I remember, I think it was your 40th where she like threw a bunch of pictures of you like on there too. Hilarious. Yeah, I don't know where she found all those pictures.
Yeah. One piece of context that also I just wanted to say for the end is that she conveniently forgot that it's got to be 7 or 8 years ago now. I am literally 15 steps from it. If there wasn't all of our equipment, I could see it right here. For Christmas one year, she got me a Peloton bike.
It's different.
Why is it different? I thought we're all equals. I thought, like, are we progressive? Are we all equals? Are we all this? Like, I don't understand. How is that different?
Oh, shoot.
She can tell me I need a Peloton bike when I don't ask for it, but I can get her a treadmill when she does ask for it.
Just talk it out between the two of you. I don't need to get involved in this.
Yeah, no, I mean, we have. Frankly, I think her content was fantastic, and I'm certainly not going to pass up the opportunity. So here we are.
I'm waiting for the next thing that you will throw back at her.
She can't, because the next thing is that she has a present coming that she will absolutely fucking love, but she won't be able to show it because then we're going to look like pricks. Right? It's like, oh, look at this nice gift he got me. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, we can't do that. So I'm just going to end up eating shit.
Yeah,
I'm sure
the treadmill is now the gift of record.
There's no validation because you can't flash it on, like...
Yeah, the treadmill is the gift of record.
Totally. And there's never going to be a follow-up because I'm like, don't show that. Like, that's not... You can't show the showy stuff. You can only show the crappy stuff. Right? Like, that's it.
I'm so curious now. What did you get her?
I'm so curious. I think I know which parts are going to get cut from the T2 broadcast. because we talked about a lot of tennis stuff, and then we kind of didn't talk about any tennis stuff. So I'm assuming most people will hear this conversation, or at least the last half of it, Tuesday on the pod, which is available on Apple and Spotify. And I'm assuming the nuts and bolts of tennis and comebacks and drugs will probably be on T2 on Sunday night. But either way, Kim, you never disappoint. You're always the best. At Served, me, producer Mike, the rest of the team, we feel lucky that you're going to join us more often. Appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate all you guys too. Thank you.
Cheers, Kim. Thanks.